Yo. Okay. Just count me down from like 3 or 4, I guess. Good morning, and thank you. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to Sports 420. It's Thursday morning, and I'm Stephen Dwyer. Our top story today is Carmelo Anthony. New York Knicks All-Star forward Carmelo Anthony decided to shut down his season Wednesday afternoon, announcing he will undergo surgery on his left knee.
For him, at this stage in his career, he has to really do a lot of self-evaluating. He should have had this surgery. If he needs surgery, this knee should have been his number one priority. Forget about that All-Star break.
Anthony has been dealing with soreness for months, so getting the much-needed surgery was imminent. The timing seemed right, with the Knicks having entered the All-Star break with a 10-43 record, the worst in the league. In other Knicks news, the Knicks' former power forward Amar'e Stoudemire reached an agreement on a buyout Sunday night. Amar'e was in the last year of his 5-year, $100 million contract. Stoudemire's buyout allowed him to pick a contender to sign with and officially signed with the Dallas Mavericks Wednesday night. The signing gives Amar'e a chance to compete for a championship and adds depth to the Maverick bench. Stoudemire is averaging 12 points and 6.8 rebounds per game this year. Switching over to the NFL now, Larry Fitzgerald and the Arizona Cardinals agreed on a deal to keep the superstar receiver in the desert for the next 2 years. Fitzgerald, who's 31, will now most likely finish his career where he has been for 11 years. The two sides agreed on a 2-year deal worth roughly $22 million guaranteed. Another wideout looking for that same kind of love was Dallas Cowboys superstar wide receiver Dez Bryant. However, Bryant is likely to be franchise tagged by the organization, according to Executive Vice President Stephen Jones. The franchise tag window opened Monday, and the Cowboys have until March 2nd to place the tag on Bryant. The NFL has yet to set the salary cap for the 2015 season. Therefore, the Cowboys are unaware how much the tag will be, but it is rumored to be around $13 million. Another receiver made big news this week, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Doug Baldwin. Baldwin apologized Monday night for the Super Bowl touchdown celebration that gave him an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty and ultimately a fine. Baldwin's celebration was directed at cornerback Darrelle Revis. The celebration was similar to the infamous Randy Moss mooning celebration. Baldwin received an $11,025 fine from the NFL. Stay tuned because we have some pretty exciting stuff for you when we get back from break, including a rundown of all the things Marist basketball. Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Sports 420 with Stephen Dwyer. Our top story now is Marist basketball, and with that, here is John Fornaro.
After another week of Marist women's basketball, the Red Foxes have done something that a Red Fox team has avoided for the past 10 years. The Marist Red Foxes have lost back-to-back conference games to Quinnipiac and Niagara this past week. The Red Foxes still place second in the MAC Conference with an overall record of 16-9 and will host third-place Iona and their prolific scorer D'Amica Martinez this Friday at 5 p.m. The Marist College men's basketball team have dropped 3 straight after reeling off 4 wins in a row the week before. The healthy Red Foxes look to get back to their winning ways before the MAC tournament as they will host Iona, Manhattan, and St. Peter's in the upcoming week. Back to you, Stephen.
Seton Hall junior guard Sterling Gibbs was suspended for 2 games on Tuesday after he was ejected for punching Villanova guard Ryan Archidiakono in the face during a scramble for a loose ball. Seton Hall lost the game to number 6 ranked Villanova Monday night, 80-54. Gibbs, the leading scorer for the Pirates, averaging 16.9 points per game, will certainly be missed, even with the return of superstar Isaiah Whitehead, who added 15 points in the loss. As for Villanova, they will take on Marquette Friday in an important Big East matchup. While the rivalry lived up to the hype between the two North Carolina foes last night.
Well, there's so many unique things that go on. One, they're 10 miles away. They recruit the same guys we recruit. They come in one weekend to Raleigh-Durham Airport, and they pick them up. The next weekend, they come into Raleigh-Durham Airport, and we pick them up. It's been a long, long time. It started with Coach Smith and Vic Bubas. I mean, it's been there forever now. At times, you've had the teams that are top 5 in the country playing against each other.
The Dukies let a 13-point lead slip away, trailed by 10 with 4 minutes left, before rallying and winning a thriller in overtime. The three-headed monster of Tyus Jones, Jalil Okafor, and Justice Winslow proved to be too much for the Tar Heels. Duke escaped the OT thriller with a 92-90 win. In other college basketball news, Syracuse, behind standout senior center Rakeem Christmas, 29 points and 4 blocks, upset number 12 Louisville last night 69-59. This was the first ever matchup between the two in the ACC. Another upset took place this week when number 24 West Virginia took down number 8 Kansas Monday night. West Virginia escaped with the win when guard Jawan Staten drove through the lane and converted a layup to score the game-winning basket. West Virginia held on to win 62-61, desperately needed the win after they had lost 3 of their last 4 to ranked opponents. To end today's show, I would like to pay homage to one of my favorite players, former Oakland Athletic and New York Yankee great Jason Giambi, who is retiring after 2 seasons in the majors. Giambi was the 2000 AL MVP and ends his career as one of 20 players to have reached at least 400 home runs, 1,400 RBIs, 1,200 runs, and 1,300 walks. Giambi is a 5-time All-Star who hit a career .277 with 440 home runs, putting him 41st on the home run list of all time. Former Portland Trailblazer Jerome Kersey passed away Wednesday at the age of 52. Kersey played 17 years in the NBA and was revered in Portland. The power forward played on the Trailblazers. Great teams with Clyde Drexler, who said he was the greatest guy, the nicest friend, teammate, and brother. Everyone loved him. We will all miss him. He just cared so much. Kersey will certainly be missed. And that's going to do it for our show. I'm Stephen Dwyer, and thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Sports 420. Catch us next week where we will begin to discuss pitchers and catchers as well as some of the top college prospects.